Hey you guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today we did this nice... What? What doing? I can never do this without interruptions. Ever! So anyway, this is the look we did. Nice spring, pretty, peachy, pinky, glowy look. Reagan wants to say hi. Hi! No? Okay. So, thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to like us and subscribe. And just keep watching and you'll see how we got this. So, to start off with, I'm using the e.l.f. Putty Primer. Just going to scoop it out with my thumb. And let's just put it all over. Just all over. I really like this primer. It really does do a good job at filling in your pores. And it's got a little tack to it, like it's a little sticky feeling, but I like that in a primer because it just makes me feel like, I don't know, it makes me feel like my foundation just sticks to it. And I was thinking, since we're doing like a light everyday spring makeup, I would use, you know, like something fresh feeling like a foundation. So what better than the L'Oreal 24-hour Fresh Wear Foundation. I don't know if I want to use a sponge or a brush because the sponge gives you less coverage but more airbrush effect, but a brush gives you more coverage. Maybe we'll do both. So I'm gonna put some here, 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 and there. Ah! And of course my nose itches. So I'm gonna buff it out with this brush from, this is a BoxyCharm brush. So it's like this. So let's buff it out with this, and then we'll take the sponge and just tap over it. Oh my god, my skin is so dry. I feel like it's soaking up the foundation. Okay, and now I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take a sponge, and it's not wet, it's dry, because that does give more full coverage to your foundation too. I'm just gonna put a little bit on there and dot it. That way the sponge doesn't soak up the foundation that was on my face. And we're just gonna bounce it around. So for concealer, we're gonna take the Covergirl TruBlend Undercover Concealer, and I'm just gonna dot a little bit because I do want this to look kind of fresh and radiant like spring and not go overboard, but I want to brighten up my face a little bit. And I'm going to take the same sponge that I put the extra little touch of foundation with and bounce that out. So to set my concealer, I'm going to use the Becca HydraMist Set and Refresh Powder. And I'm going to take the sponge that I was using, except this time I'm going to spray it with a little bit of setting spray because I feel like your powder goes on better with your sponge wet. I'm just going to dab that on my concealer just to give it a nice little set. So now that I have my under eyes set, I'm gonna bake a little bit, but really I just do this more so my eyeshadow doesn't get all on my face. So to bake, I'm gonna be using the Caite Everyday Vacay coconut setting powder. I'm not gonna do it so lightly. I wanna really kind of put it over here. That way any fallout from the eyeshadows, I can just wipe it away gently. So this is the Fairy Tales Storybook Cosmetics eyeshadow palette. And the inside looks like this. So we're really gonna use just really the 3 matte shades today, because I wanna go for like a peachy look. First, I'm gonna take this Jessup. It is a concealer brush, but it's nice and fluffy. And I'm gonna go in with this lightest shade here. I feel like I got a piece of hair on my face. Got it. Oh, these are really pigmented. I wasn't really expecting that. So next up, I'm gonna take this a little darker peachy brown shade, and this is a Jessup Lux Crease Brush. So it's really fluffy. We're gonna take just a little of this and just put it like, I can't put it in my crease. I have hooded eyes, so I have to kind of look down a little bit and kind of make myself a crease that you would be able to see. So this brush is a IBY Beauty brush, and it's just called the Crease Brush. So now I'm gonna take this darker brown shade that's really still light and just add that a little bit below my crease and the outer corner of my eye. So really I'm gonna do like a C shape. So I'm gonna do it here, like right below my crease. And then I'm gonna take it this way. So now that I have the colors kind of how I want them, I'm just going to take the first brush that I used and blend them together. Just a little bit at the top. Alright, so now I'm going to go off camera and do the other eye, and I'll be right back. So now that I have all my matte shades in place, I'm going to go into this Butter London palette. And on my finger, don't judge this palette, my daughter dug her pretty little fingers in it. But anyway, so in this palette, I'm going to take these 2 shades here and kind of mix them on my finger and just add them to the inner part of my eyelid. So first I'm going to take Enchantress and just kind of put it here. Oh, those are so smooth. Those are so. And then I'm gonna take Queen and just put it right over. And just kind of blend it with my finger. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take back into the Storybook palette, and I'm just gonna take these 2 shades here on the smaller brush and do my lower lash line. So first I'm going to take the darker brown color and then take the peachy color and put that on top. So now I'm just going to take a big fluffy brush and wipe away all of this bake. And I need to add some life back into my face. So I'm gonna use the Inna Beauty Project Power Up Dual Phase Setting Mist. So you gotta shake it up. I use a lot of setting spray, multiple times. And I'm gonna do my brows, and then I'll be right back to finish off the rest of my face. So now that we got some brows and some lashes on, let's finish up this face. So for my highlight, I'm gonna use the Too Faced Fancy Pink Diamond Highlighter. I'm gonna use it on a Jessup Luxe highlight brush. So I'm really gonna go in here because I want my face to be glowing because it's spring. So we're just gonna lightly put this on. This is a very light. It's a very light highlighter. I'm gonna take a second highlighter, and I'm gonna go into the Cover FX palette, and don't judge my palettes, I know they're dirty. Okay, I know. And then I'm gonna take the peachy highlighter here. I'm gonna take this one on a smaller brush. Where's my, here it is. So this, I don't even know if this has a name on it. Honestly, I think I got this from Walmart when I bought my first set of brushes like 10 years ago. So anyway, I'm just gonna take that highlight on this brush and dust it on. And I went with a pinky one because since this is spring, obviously we want to look all pink and peachy. And then for my blush, I'm sure you guys could guess it because I'm like obsessed with this blush palette. But I'm using the Alamar Cosmetics blush palette. And I think I'm going to take these two shades here and mix them to get a really nice peachy blush. Here, this is a complexion brush from Alamar Cosmetics. So first I'm going to take the mauve one, the more pink one, and kind of just dust it all over very lightly. And a little bit on the nose, because why not? And then I'm going to take the more peachy shade one here and go all over with that one. I'm going to focus this one more on the outer part of my cheek, more so than here. But I'm still going to put it all over. And once again, on the nose and just everywhere. So for my face bronzer, I'm going to use this Beachfront bronzer from Younique. I'm using this one because it is a little shimmery. And like I said, I want to be really glowy. And I'm just going to use that same brush. So I'm going to take it, except I'm going to turn it sideways, where it's like this instead of like this. And just focus that here. Like right below where I put my blush. It's going to blend in with it, but you want it to. And yes, I dusted on my ears too. So then I'm just going to take it all over my forehead and blend it in with my temples. Just kind of pounce in it. So this next part is totally optional, but once I started doing my makeup like this, I just couldn't stop. So I'm gonna take the Caite Everyday Vacay setting powder, and I'm going to carve out this part, the lower part of my cheekbones, to really make them more sharp. And just put a little bit here. And then I'm going to take another bronzer. This is the NYC Smooth Skin Bronzer. And the reason I'm using this one is because it's matte and not shimmery. And I'm going to use this one to contour my nose. And again, this part's optional. A lot of people aren't into all the contouring stuff, but once I started doing it, I couldn't quit. So we're just going to take a little bit on this Luxe large eye blending brush and just kind of give me a little nose back. I have to use this mirror because that one's really dirty. And then I'm going to go up under here a little bit and just a little bit over the top here. And then I put a little bit up under my lower lip, and that gives the illusion of a shadow, and like your lips are bigger than they really are. And the same for your top lip. And then I'm going to go back into that powder and line the side of my nose right up under where I put that bronzer. And then I'm going to take the fluffy brush from Jessup and just brush away all that extra powder. See how it just makes your jawline a little more chiseled. So moving on to the lips, I'm going to take my very well-loved Milani Lip Pencil. This is shade 03. And I'm just going to line my lips. So my daughter has found me, and now she's playing in my makeup. And then I'm going to take, this is from LimeLife, this is shade 201. And it's a little bit darker than this lip liner, but it's okay. I'm just using a little bit and then rubbing it in with my finger. And last but not least, I'm taking the Lucrative lip gloss from Younique. And no ma'am. See, this is what she does. She steals my palette.
Mom.
Huh?
Here you go.
Oh, thank you.
Let's put it back.
Yep, let's put it back. And now for my setting spray. This is also from LimeLife. This is the Oilstrike Finish setting spray. And I'm just going to spray my face, and I'm really going to go ham with it.
Mom, what's that? Ew.
Mmm.
What is it, Mom?
And here we have it.
It's Reagan.
It's a Reagan.
It's Mama.
It's a mama. Yes, this is our finished look. Our springy. Oh, no makeup for you. Also pretty look. Say.
That's my shirt.
That's your shirt.
It's Reagan's diaper.
Reagan's diaper.
Reagan.
Mm-hmm. Tell everybody thank you for watching. Don't forget to give us a thumbs up and subscribe, and we will see you. We need to brush them again. We will see you next time. Say bye.
No.
No?
And sit down.
Okay.